information as a public good. Public good. The importance of information cannot be overemphasized. As early as the 15th century, there was a newspaper in Britain called the Newman's Guardian. It had as motto, information is power. And I've always taught our students that when there is a coup d'etat somewhere where people run to, those who want power, it's not at the presidency. It is at the radio or television, because that's where real power is. That was propounded and purported by an Irish poet, critic, politician known as Edmund Burke, when he said that we, the media people, are the fourth estate. What that means is that he puts us on the pedestal with the other three arms of government, which are the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. So we compete for power with them. And then he even said that we are even more powerful than those three. So imagine us media people being more powerful than Prof, Yeah, that's what it means, and it's right. We saw that in the US recently when the media brought down Donald Trump. That's when the media are organized. That calls for unity and for the media to be a strong force. I wanted to lay that foundation so I can contextualize the theme of this year. With such power which is found in information, how do you make it a public good? The definition of public good has two characteristics. Number one is that a public good is a service that is non-excludable. Like street lights, you cannot stop some people from using it. We all should be able to use it, number one. Number two is the concept of the non-rivalrous nature of public good, in that when I use it, it doesn't mean I can stop you from using it. So it means, therefore, that information should be readily available all over the place. I'm drawing my conclusion after having laid my groundwork. How have we managed information as a public good during the last 4 to 5 years in this crisis? You will agree with me that what we are going through is more of a communication crisis than a physical crisis. Yes, there are friends who are in Europe, in the US. I made a friend recently, I was coming from East Africa where I teach courses in some universities. And he asked me where I was going back to. I said, Cameroon, of course. He said, where? He said, Buea. I said, do people live in Buea? He said, of course we do. And we hang out, we have fun, we club. Because the war in the social media is such that they give you the impression no human beings even live in the southwest or northwest. It's media war. We are now in the 21st century where you can win the war without firing one shot. It's at the level of the communication, the propaganda. Communication was born out of propaganda, which was a concept that was propounded by Walter Lippmann, who ran communication for the Allied forces. But Germans, Adolf Hitler's Ministry of Communication was headed by a general called Roy. And he said of propaganda that the lie told repeatedly will soon become the truth. Because what is propaganda is just distorted information, partisan information, untrue information. Therefore, since information should be for public good, we should, from this moment, start thinking of how we should be able to use the gadgets in our hands. I say this because all of us have been partisan. We've been part of the crisis going on. One way or another, we have shared information that we should not have shared. And by doing so, we have escalated the conflict to where it is. Then we should start repenting and making sure that the information we share should be of public good. If we have contributed to making our parents run their villages, our children run their villages, it is time to repent and start sharing information that builds society. Information that constructs instead of information that destroys. We should stop playing the role of the radio television Colin that masterminded the genocide in Rwanda in 1994. and start playing a more constructive and positive role with all the communication gadgets that we now have available. We have, one way or another, promoted the hatred. Today we talk of hate speech, and all the ills that we see around in society. Information should be a public good. If you don't have anything good to say, be quiet. Because an unspoken word does no harm. But once it goes out like a missile, it cannot come back the same. You cannot even withdraw it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the focus of the World Press Freedom Day this year. That we all, not only media people or journalists, because we all are involved in the business of transmitting information, should make sure that the information we transmit should be good instead of bad information. Stop hate speech, stop kongosa, stop dividing people with all the skills that you have. If your skill is talking from morning to evening, use it to build the nation and not to destroy it. Thank you very much.